Good morning, students. Welcome back to English 2 class. And today we will start the second part of chapter number 19, Journey to the Center of the Earth. We have seen that Professor Van Hardwick, who was an archaeologist, he had discovered a secret map. Okay. And this map showed how to get to the center of the Earth. And in this expedition, he took his nephew Harry and a Finnish guide Hans, and they went together inside a huge crater in an extinct volcano. Okay, that was their starting point, and they went deep inside the tunnels. On their way, Harry fell sick and he stayed in a large cave to recover. Okay, when he was ill at that time, his uncle, that is Professor Van Hardwick, he already had discovered something. Then could not wait for Harry to recover. When Harry recovered and he told that he can go ahead, and he took him to the mouth of the cave. Okay, when I stepped out of the mouth of the cave, when he stepped out, Harry, and his eyes could not bear the sudden brightness, he was compelled to close them because there was so much light there, and the scenery was so much nice that even the wildest effect of imagination could not have created such a scene, he said. They saw the sea there. Okay, they saw the sea, and Harry's uncle called it the Central Sea. Okay, then they realized that it was an ocean. Okay, only horribly wild, rigid, cold, savage. Okay, Harry was already very much puzzled because there was so much light, because they were deep inside underground, so it was supposed to be dark, but there was so much light. Then he realized that the light they saw might be electric in nature. Okay, now the description also we have seen about that place, it is given. Okay, and all this scenery was gave him unexpected spectacle. Okay, and it brought some color to his pale face. Okay, now we will move on to next page. What else they saw there? So, well, my uncle said, after letting me appreciate the marvels of this underground sea, do you feel strong enough to walk up and down? His uncle, Harry's uncle, said to him that, are you feeling strong enough to walk up and down? So, certainly, I answered readily. Nothing would give me greater pleasure. He said, certainly. Okay. Well, then, my boy, he said, lean on my arm and we will stroll along the beach. He said that, his uncle said that, lean on my arm and we will stroll means walk in a leisurely way along the beach. We began to walk along the shores of the extraordinary sea. They began to walk. Okay. To our left were abrupt rocks. Abrupt rocks means what? Lacking smoothness. The rocks were not smooth. Okay, piled one upon the other. The rocks were piled, kept on other, and down their sides leaped large waves. Means the waves moved quickly along their sides, down their sides. Light vapors which rose here and there indicated hot springs. So they could also see light vapors which indicated hot springs. Okay. Suddenly, my attention was attracted by an unexpected spectacle. We turned a steep peninsula and found ourselves close to a lofty forest. Steep peninsula. What is the meaning of peninsula? Peninsula means a piece of land surrounded by water from three sides. Okay. When they went there, they turned into a steep peninsula and found themselves close to a lofty forest. What they found in the forest? It consisted of straight trunks with tufted tops in shape like parasols. Parasols means what? In shape like umbrella. Okay, lightweight umbrella used as sunset. You can see the shape. Okay, so in spite of a light breeze, the trees remained still. and motionless. In spite of the light breeze, the air was blowing, but the trees were not moving. The trees remained still and motionless. Okay, I was excited. Had we discovered a new species? So he was very much excited that had we discovered a new species because these trees are not moving. But when we reached the forest and stood beneath the trees, we were surprised. But when they reached the forest and they stood under the trees, they were surprised. It was simply a very ordinary product of the earth, except it was of gigantic proportions. Okay, it was very extraordinary product of the earth. Okay, it was just a forest of mushrooms, but the size was larger. Okay, I had heard that the giant puffball means what? Puffball means a fungus that produces a spherical or pear-shaped fruit-like body. Okay, reaches 9 feet in circumference, but here were white mushrooms nearly 40 feet high. Okay, the mushrooms height was 40 feet and they grew in countless numbers. The light would not make its way through them, and under them was a gloomy darkness. The light could not reach the ground, so there was darkness inside. We went forward. The cold was intense. For nearly an hour, we wandered about the place. Then we left the spot and returned to the source of the sea. They for nearly an hour they wandered in that about that place, and then after that, leaving that spot, they returned to the source of the sea. We soon discovered that amazing vegetations of that land were not confined to gigantic mushrooms. At every step, we found new trees and vegetation as on earth, but they were enormous. So, not only the mushrooms were larger, but they also found many new trees and vegetation as we find on earth, but the size was large. Astonishing, magnificent, splendid, cried my uncle. Look around you, my dear Harry. Not only is this a large greenhouse, but also a vast menagerie. Menagerie means what? A collection of wild animals kept in captivity for exhibition. Okay, so they also found vast menagerie. Okay, what is a menagerie? I looked around anxiously. Okay, if the animals were as exaggerated as the plants, the matter would be certainly be serious. So a menagerie is what? A collection of wild animals kept in captivity for exhibition. Okay, and then Harry looked around anxiously. If the animals were as exaggerated, means as represented as larger, okay, better or worse than in reality as the plants, the matter would certainly be serious. If the animals were also as larger like the plants, then the matter would be serious. Okay, doubtless look at the bones with which the whole soil of the seashore is covered. The whole soil of the seashore was covered with bones. Bones, I replied. Yes, certainly, the bones of antediluvian animals. What is antediluvian? Means ancient or prehistoric. Prehistoric animals. The bones were of prehistoric animals. I stooped down as I spoke and picked up one or two remains, relics of a bygone age. Some were as big as trunks of trees. So he picked up one or two remains, relics of bygone age. Bygone means what? Belonging to earlier time. He picked up the remains, and some of them were as big as the trunks of trees. Here is clearly the lower jawbone of a mastodon. They found the lower jawbone of a mastodon. What is mastodon? Massive elephant-like extinct animal. Okay. I cried. We began going through the bones. To my utter amazement, we found molars. Molars means grinding teeth and leg bones of prehistoric giant animals. You are right, uncle, I said. It is indeed a menagerie. The mighty animals to which these bones once belonged had lived and died on the shores of this sea. Look over, there are whole skeletons yet. So maybe the animals that belong to that age, prehistoric age, their dead bodies had remained on the shore of this sea. Maybe they lived there and they died on the shores of the sea, and their bones were there. Even the whole skeletons were also found. Yet, said my uncle, if these antediluvian animals formerly lived in this region, what is more likely than that one of these monsters may at this moment be concealed behind one of the mighty rocks? So they were very much frightened that if they found the bones of these animals, might be that one of these animals is still living and is hiding, concealed means hiding behind one of the mighty rocks. As I spoke, I looked around carefully, examining every point of the horizon, but nothing alive appeared to exist on these deserted shores. So, as he spoke, he looked around carefully. He tried to find out that any animal is he could find or not, but none of the living animals he could found. Nothing alive appeared to exist on these deserted shores. I now felt rather tired and told my uncle so. He told his uncle so that he was tired. I sat at the end of a large rock, at the foot of which the waves broke in incessant rolls. So he sat at the end of a large rock. Okay. I looked around. I looked round a bay formed by projections of vast granitic rock. At the extreme end was a little port protected by huge pyramids of stone. So there was also a port. It was protected by huge pyramids of stones. A large vessel and 3 or 4 schooners might have lain there with perfect ease. Schooners means what? A ship with 2 or more masts. So he could see a large vessel and 3 or 4 schooners. Okay, that might have lain. Lain means kept. Okay, in a specified state, resting there with perfect ease. But the illusion did not last. Illusion means anything that seems to be something that is not. Okay. Illusion did not last. I came back to reality. We were the only living creatures in this subterranean world. So, this illusion did not last long. He came back to reality and he found that they were only the living creatures in this subterranean world, means existing under the earth's surface. After we had passed an hour or more in silent contemplation, contemplation means deep thought of this part of the world, we rose and went back to the cave. After they sat there for an hour in silent, in deep thought, okay, they went back to the cave. After a light meal, I tried to rest, and finally, after many and tedious struggles, sleep came over my eyes. So after having some light meal, he tried to rest and finally he slept. Okay, tedious means tiring struggles. Okay, and then he slept. Inspired and adapted from Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. Okay, Verne. So this is all about the story, students. We have already completed. In the next class, I will discuss the question answers. Till then, take care. Bye and thank you, children.